My boss said I shouldn't work above my pay grade, so I worked at exactly my pay grade. I'd been at this company for 3 years when Donald completely humiliated me during a big meeting in front of everyone I worked with. Maybe we could save time by changing how we handle these reports, I suggested, holding up this diagram I'd spent my whole weekend making. Let's not work above our pay grade, shall we, Tom? He said with this condescending laugh that made everyone uncomfortable. You're entry level, not management. You need to learn your place. Do what you're paid to do, nothing more. He moved to the next slide like he hadn't just insulted everything I'd done. Stay in your lane, Thomas. I set down the marker quietly. Okay, then staying in my lane it is. He practically glowed with satisfaction. See how easy that is? Everyone just doing their assigned tasks, no overstepping. The very next morning, April from accounting showed up at my desk with her usual panic. Thomas, can you fix this spreadsheet real quick? You always know how to handle these things. I kept typing without looking up. Sorry, that's above my pay grade. Tech support handles that stuff. But you've literally always helped me with this. Donald made it clear yesterday that I need to stay in my lane. Call IT. Her face went through 3 different expressions before settling on disbelief. That afternoon, Donald himself appeared with his laptop looking stressed. Need you to polish these slides for tomorrow's big presentation. I didn't even glance at the screen. That's design work, Donald. Above my pay grade. His left eye started twitching. You've been doing my slides since you started here, which was wrong of me. You were right yesterday. I was overstepping. This presentation is critical. Then you should probably do it yourself or hire someone. He stood there for a full minute before storming off. The real fun started when the new guy arrived. Sandra from HR brought him to my desk. Thomas always trains our new people. He's the best at explaining everything. I looked up briefly. Training is a supervisor job, not in my job description. Sandra looked like I'd spoken in a foreign language. But you've trained the last 5 people we hired, which was me working above my pay grade. Donald corrected that behavior on Monday. The kid stood there clutching his folder looking lost. So who's supposed to train me? Someone at the appropriate pay level. Donald materialized within 15 minutes looking furious. What's this about refusing to train Kevin? Training isn't in my job description. We don't have anyone else who knows everything. That sounds like a management problem. His face turned red. Thomas, be reasonable. I'm being exactly what you told me to be. Thursday at 4:47 p.m., Donald rushed over in full panic mode. Emergency. Important client needs updated numbers for their 5:30 call. I was already packing my bag. My hours are 9 to 5. This can't wait until tomorrow. Overtime requires authorization and higher pay rate. Thomas, don't do this. I'm doing exactly what you instructed. Staying in my lane. I logged off while he stood there speechless. The contract is worth $2 million. Sounds like something management should handle. Friday's department meeting turned into a complete disaster. Donald tried presenting without all the background work I usually did. The VP asked about details Donald couldn't answer. Where are the breakdowns? Donald fumbled with his laptop. Thomas usually. I mean, they're being compiled. I thought Thomas did those, Cora said. Thomas is focusing on his core responsibilities, Donald said through gritted teeth, which apparently don't include the 20 other things he was doing. April added, still bitter about the spreadsheet incident. By week 2, everything was falling apart. The printer stayed broken because I stopped fixing it. Reports went out with errors because I stopped checking them. Clients complained about delays because I stopped covering for others. Monday morning, Donald called me into his office with HR present. We need to discuss your recent performance. My performance has been exactly at my pay grade level. You're being deliberately difficult. I'm being exactly what you told me to be. The HR rep shifted uncomfortably. Thomas, we value team players here. Team players who work above their pay grade without compensation? Dead silence filled the room. I'll go back to doing everything tomorrow at the appropriate salary. Donald's face went purple. That's a 40% raise. That's the difference between my pay and the work I was doing. This is extortion. This is market rate. The HR rep cleared her throat. Donald, if Thomas was performing duties above his level. Donald glared at both of us before finally agreeing.
I got called out on a street interview, so I taught them a lesson. I've never really had a specific type of girl I liked because I knew every girl was very different, but I didn't know it wasn't the same for my girlfriend. It started when my girlfriend and I were out on a walk around the shopping center. A woman with a fuzzy microphone suddenly stepped in front of us and asked if we were willing to do a quick interview for the gram. My girlfriend agreed enthusiastically and started fixing her appearance with a mirror. I couldn't care less about how I looked and wanted us to leave as soon as it was finished. The man holding a camera gave a thumbs up once the camera was rolling, and the lady asked us for our names and how long we had been dating. Then, she honed in on my girlfriend and asked her if I was her ideal guy. Imagine my shock and disgust when she ended up saying no. I looked at her with a scrunched up frown and said, "What?" She raised an eyebrow while looking at me and said that she was just being honest on the camera, that in a room full of different men, I wouldn't exactly be the guy she would immediately choose, at least based on looks. I felt sick to my stomach after hearing her ridiculous explanation. The interviewer followed up the question asking, "So then what is your ideal type?" My girlfriend giggled and proceeded to list out everything I basically wasn't. I prefer guys who are tall, brown hair, blue or green eyes, tan. I love all the muscle and tattoos. The interviewer laughed, feeling hyped by my girlfriend's description and asked, "What about personality or money?" My girlfriend stared into the camera with a shy expression and said, "Of course he has to be rich enough to support my lifestyle. Personality, I guess, nice and funny and romantic. Just like my boyfriend." They panned the camera back to me, but I couldn't even force a smile. My girlfriend literally wanted to find a more attractive, rich version of me, but not me exactly. I was ticked off. The interviewer asked me the same question. Even though my girlfriend was exactly what I wanted, after the things she said, I wanted to get even. I started listing out everything she wasn't, and tried to exaggerate it as much as I could. I'm not a fan of Latinas, if I had to be honest. I want a calm girl, someone intelligent and kind, unlike my girlfriend. I also really love pale skin, green eyes, curly hair, and not too curvy or overweight. I stared my girlfriend down, and watched her face change between angry and sad, while I continued. I also really want a girl who loves my cooking, and won't complain about the price of places I take her to. Because you know, it's hard when I work 2 jobs to support me and my ideal girl's lifestyle. Things were clearly getting more personal, and the interviewer tried ending the video, but my girlfriend began crying, and told the cameraman to keep recording. I crossed my arms, refusing to comfort her, which made her cry even harder. She complained, "Why did you have to say so many rude things like that. I've literally been nothing but respectful and supportive to you. I laughed, mocking her. I explained how the things she did weren't even supportive. Like, reducing the amount of makeup she wanted me to buy for her doesn't help with the bills that I have to pay alone. She brought up how I supposedly annoy her over the amount of times I ask her if I'm good enough for her. We continued to go back and forth until my girlfriend asked for a breakup and walked away. I turned to the camera and said directly, if you're her ideal type, well, she's single, and definitely will be for a while. So hit her up. I went home alone and started packing up my girlfriend's things. I also tried searching for our interview, but they unfortunately never released it.
My sister asked during dinner, which one of you has been living in my attic for the past month? What? I said, looking up from my phone. What are you talking about? Is this a joke? My brother Isaac asked, laughing a little. Erica slammed her butter knife down. I'm serious. Someone's been living in my attic. Food keeps disappearing from my kitchen. I hear footsteps at night. Things get moved around. One of you has been staying up there. My mother frowned. Erica, honey, none of us have been to your house in weeks. Someone has, Erica insisted. I found blankets up there this morning. Empty water bottles. Granola bar wrappers. Someone's been living in my house. That's creepy, Isaac said, no longer laughing. You sure it's not Victor sleepwalking or something? Victor's been with me every night, Erica said. And Colby's been at basketball camp half the month. It's someone else. Someone with a key. My father pushed his plate away. Erica, if someone's really been in your house, you need to call the police. I'm not calling the police on my own family, Erica said. Just tell me. Maybe someone needed space. Maybe there's problems at home I don't know about. I won't be mad. Erica, this is ridiculous, I said. Why would any of us secretly live in your attic? She pulled out her phone. Look at this. She showed us a photo of her attic corner with blankets arranged like a bed, water bottles lined up against the wall, a pile of what looked like clothes. Isaac leaned over to see. Okay, that's definitely weird, but it's not us. Then who is it? Erica's voice was getting higher. Who else has access to my house? My mother stood up. We're going over there right now. All of us. We all drove to Erica's place. Victor met us at the door, looking stressed. Thank God you're here. Erica's been freaking out all day. Where's Colby? Erica asked. Living room, Victor said. On his Xbox. We walked in to find Colby wearing headphones and deeply focused on his game. Erica yanked the attic ladder down in the hallway. Isaac, you go up first. Isaac climbed up. We could hear him moving around. Jesus, he called down. Someone's definitely been staying here. I climbed up after him. The attic looked like a makeshift bedroom. Sleeping bag in the corner, a battery-powered lantern, stack of books that looked like they came from downstairs, even a phone charger plugged into the single outlet. This is insane, I said. Victor climbed up behind us. How did we not notice this? They were careful, Isaac said, pointing to the setup. Everything's in the corner where you wouldn't see it unless you came all the way up. We climbed back down. Erica was pacing. I'm calling the police. Mom? Colby had taken off his headphones and was standing in the hallway. His face was red. Not now, Colby, Erica said, pulling out her phone. Mom, wait, Colby said. I need to tell you something. Everyone looked at him. He was shifting from foot to foot, not making eye contact with anyone. Victor stepped forward. Colby, do you know who's been in the attic? Colby nodded slowly. Erica dropped her phone. What? His name's Caden, Colby said quietly. He's from school. You let someone live in our attic? Victor's voice was incredulous. He needed help, Colby said, his voice cracking. His dad kicks him out all the time. Erica grabbed Colby's shoulders. How long has this been happening? 6 weeks, Colby whispered. 6 weeks? Erica let go of him, stepping back. A stranger has been in our house for 6 weeks? He's not a stranger, Colby protested. He's in my chemistry class. We're lab partners. He's my friend. Isaac crossed his arms. Where's this kid now? Colby checked his phone. Working. He works at the grocery store until 10. Start from the beginning, my father said. Everything. Colby took a deep breath. Caden's mom died last year in a car accident. His dad started drinking really bad after that. When his dad gets drunk, he throws Caden out, sometimes for days. So you invited him to live in our attic? Erica asked. He was sleeping in his car, Colby said, but it broke down last month. I found him sleeping behind the school one morning. He hadn't eaten in 2 days. My mother put her hand over her mouth. Oh my God. I gave him our garage code, Colby continued. Told him he could sleep in the attic. He only comes after midnight. He's gone before 6 in the morning. He goes to school, then work. The missing food, Victor said. Colby nodded. I've been bringing him stuff, just whatever we had extra. Sometimes I'd buy things with my allowance. This kid needs real help, I said. Foster care, social services, something. No, Colby said desperately. He tried that already. They investigated for like a week, then sent him back home. His dad was worse after that. He just needs to make it to 18. That's in 3 months. Then he can get his own place. Erica looked at Victor. We could get in serious trouble for this.